Okay, so I've spoken a little bit about the Power Countdown Timer plugin already. So if you haven't checked that out, you might like to have a bit of a look to see how Power works. I will go through it, but I'll go through it a bit quicker. So what you're going to be trying to do in this video is to add a YouTube playlist to your Weebly. So this is really helpful if you're constantly updating your YouTube, and that rather than manually adding each video in a playlist, to just put an entire YouTube gallery in at once. So again, this is a plugin option provided by the company called Power, and I'll show you some of the options that they offer Weebly users. So basically they recognize that in Weebly some of the options in your task bar, like these here, they're a bit limited. So they've created a few extra options, and these are called plugins. And some of those plugins that they offer include things like comment section, pop-ups, there's our countdown timer, lots and lots of different ones for you there. Some obviously not so relevant for teachers. But the one that we're going to be looking at is the social feed, it's called. So this process used to be very, very simple. All you would have to do is find the part where it says add the YouTube gallery to your section. You would click get the social feed. You would then click add, and that would add it straight into your website, so that when you were scrolling through, and I'll show you what it looks like on mine, it will be an extra plugin that just sits down here, and it's just a matter of dragging and dropping that onto your page whenever you want it. Okay. Unfortunately, as I said in the previous video, Weebly has disabled that function for educators for some reason this year. So it just means that this is going to be a trickier process. It will be the same process that we used for the countdown timer. So if you have done that one, it's the exact same. You're just choosing a different type of plugin. But I will show you how to do that anyway. What you'll need to do is go to the Power website. So all you need to do is type in powr.io into your URL bar at the top, or just Google POWR, and it should come up and ask you to try it for free. Okay, so you can see that it's got that button here, it's also got it up here. So that is what you will click in order to create an account. I already have one, so I'm going to click sign in. Looks exactly the same for you, but what it will do is just get you to confirm your email. You have to then create a password, etc. Okay, so once you have done that, once you've created an account, just log in with those details, and it should take you to a page that looks like this when it comes up. If it comes up with some weird coding screen, you just need to go backwards. There's some error at the moment with their system. And that's what I had to do as well. So I just went back and it took me to the screen. So if it ever does something weird, just click the back button and it should take you to a screen that looks a little bit like this. You can see that mine is very, very messy. This is because I use the drag and drop method, because for some reason it's still enabled on my site. Those that I've set up previously. So I've never had to go in this way and add a plugin like this. So you can see that all of my countdown timers are just sitting here randomly. Yours will probably be empty. That is more than okay. And what you want to click here is the create new plugin. Okay, so again, it's going to give you all of the different options, and what you want is social YouTube gallery. Okay, so go ahead and click that one here. Here we go. And it's going to bring up your Power editor. So this has gone straight to it. If yours didn't, if yours went to a different looking tutorial that looks like this, all you need to do is ignore everything on the screen and just click try this tutorial instead. Okay. It will then give you a screen that looks like this. You are copying and pasting. So on this screen you can see that it's currently saying you've got no feed connected, and that's because you haven't told them which YouTube playlist that you want it to be displaying. So this is your customize bar, and this is where it's going to preview. It's going to show you what it will look like on your website. So you want to start from scratch, that is the option you want here, and it will then ask you the social feed type. So I always use YouTube, so that will just be the YouTube option, and it will then ask you what you want it to be over here. So the playlist that I want, I'll see if it will let me do it. If I type in my own name, Amy Shattock. Please enter a YouTube URL. Okay, so let's go back the other way. If I go to my YouTube here, say I'm working with my Year 10s and I want to show them my playlist on essay writing. So I've already got a playlist put together. Here we go, curated playlist, analytical essay writing. I want to share this playlist and there's my URL code. So I'm just copying that. I'm going back to that, where is it? Here it is. Going back to that page from before, pasting that in, and it just says that it's loading here. And you can see now that that whole playlist is displaying on the right. So it's taking a while for the images to load, but that is them over here. This is basically how many videos you want it to display. I just leave it automatically on 50, and if it's too many, you can change it later. But click your next button over here. Maximum poster display, I'm just going to leave that at 16. I believe there are 16 videos in there. I'm not worrying about the character limit. And refresh rate. Why this is really good is if you are constantly adding videos into this playlist, rather than having to go back to your Weebly, drag the YouTube button over and add it in manually, this will just do it for you. So every 24 hours it will refresh and see what videos are in that playlist to share. Okay. Don't worry about this approve post button, that is all good. You then click next. Save as. Just before we get to that, you might like to change a few of these options, like how big it is. I might just change the spacing. There we go, just so there's less spacing in between the videos, just to make the most of that space that you get. I'm not too fussed about all of this stuff like borders and footers, so you can leave all that if you like. Click the save button and it'll ask you to give it a title. So I'm going to call mine Analytical Essay Writing. Here we go. Save that. It's going to give you this page because every free tool always wants to remind you that you can pay if you would like. We would not like to pay, so go ahead and click the select. Your plugin is saved and it will then give you this HTML embed code. Okay, you don't have to worry too much about anything it says. You are just doing a copy and paste job. So hover over here, click that copy button, and it should then come up with a tick that says copied. Now go back to your Weebly. So as an example, I'm just going to place one onto my website and I want it to sit just about here. And all I'm going to do is within my build function, I'm going to go down to the embed code option, clicking that, dragging that over to wherever I want that to sit, waiting for that to load, and it should come up with a tiny bit of text that says click to customize. So you click in here, you want to paste that link that you've already copied and then exit out of that. Okay. Now this happened with the countdown as well. It looks like it's disappeared. All you need to do now is refresh your page. So just refresh your website. It's probably going to take us back to the home page, so just be aware of that. It's not gone, everything is saved, it saves as you go, so you're not going to wreck it or stuff it up. Just waiting for it to load. Here we go. So it has taken us to the home page, so you just need to click back to where you were before. Okay, so that's now opened that page to where we were before, and if I scroll down, I should see, yep, good, it's loading. Okay, so you can see that that playlist is now sitting here nicely. All right, so students can click play on each of these, scroll through, and it just saves you a whole lot of work later. So this is a very, very tricky and advanced step within Weebly. I know it's very complicated, so if you get stuck at any stage, just go back and rewatch the section of the video and have a bit of a go. All the plugins work the same, and you're just needing that embed code to plug into that tool here. Good luck.